north of downtown Tampa as we bring you the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On the Falcons sideline, it's Raheem Morris, once the head coach here in Tampa from 2009 to 2011. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. Evan McPherson getting this one started. And off we go from Tampa. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong. Every play, every throw, it just seems like everything goes your way. And that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 26-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Little short pass here. Caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. That is catch number 60 for the season.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Najee Harris, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. They'll give it to Harris again. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Saints first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Saints first down.
Another run here with Harris. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, this is Harris. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Well, cover on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Tyke Smith. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Well, that changes the story quickly. Looked like a very nice opening drive to start. Instead, Greg, it goes back the other way, and the defense scores first.
And, Mike, early on, that's exactly how they drew it up. They wanted to come out and establish themselves with this first drive of the game, and then all of a sudden, disaster strikes. Not only do they turn the ball over, the defense is able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bucs will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense make their way out to take over once more. They are obviously still smarting from that pick 6 a moment ago. Quick 7-0 hole. Try to start digging out now with 1st and 10. Now, this looks like a design run. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And they can continue to generate these big explosive runs. I don't think they need to go away from it.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's a give left side to Harris. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, New Orleans.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That is sweet. Gain of 16 on back-to-back plays. And another 1st down.
Gain of 16 yards.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw. Shaheed with the catch. And he's close to another 1st down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. Now it's 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1. At the Bucs' 19-yard line.
The tight end going in motion to the left. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it, or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
He'll try and throw for it. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And the Buccaneers come away with the turnover. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter, quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite them right here.
So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
I think when you take a step back and you look at last week's loss, I think there was some good and there was some bad. And I think you could really say that about the entire team. The 2 touchdown passes were great. Of course, he's got to stop giving the ball away with the interception. But I think if he continues to clean up some of his fundamentals, continue to improve his decision-making, and then on top of that, guys around him just have to continue to play better.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he will have the 1st down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chain.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
180!
From the gun, it's Mayfield. Left side, he's got Ibuka. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
2nd and 3 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He'll go right and find his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
At the Saints,
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 8.
133. 180!
Mayfield to throw. He finds Mr. Reliable, Mike Evans. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. And that last throw not going to count for much in the grand scheme of things, but it does move him over 3,000 yards passing for the season. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Mayfield gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Here's a run. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa. It's his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Saints offense getting set to get back to work. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
We are through 1. The Bucs have the early lead. We'll have more from Tampa after this. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. They're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They run it over center with Harris. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. Is taken at his own 30. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams trying to defend in the red zone. Look at this graphic. 2nd in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a QB. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. He's got the connection there to Ibuka. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Mayfield. Short pass taken in by the tight end. A
bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough. So now a much more advantageous spot.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page. And that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. He'll come up to 3rd and 3. Back to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. That is a big gainer for the Saints. It covers 51 yards.
Over the course of my career early on, there was a handful of guys that were downfield threats in the passing game, but they did a lot of stuff in the run game. They were really good extra pass protectors, and if you threw them the ball, they had very sure hands. But what we're seeing now is
and he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Najee Harris, touchdown Saints. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. The kick by Lutz is good. The Saints are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Saints 7.
So before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Mayfield. Now right catch made. That's Ibuka. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards.
Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, here's a handoff, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Sherwood on the tackle. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
from the 42-yard line. Here's second down and 9.
180.
To throw is Mayfield. The throw here is complete. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
What's up?
Throwing is Baker. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass. 180! Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Stop!
They'll turn and hand this one off. And that'll give them the first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. Third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
First and 10. Now Mayfield. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line.
17 yards. That's good for a first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
With wide receivers, I think we spend so much time, Mike, talking about their speed and their route running, and of course that's critical, but the ability to not only catch the ball, but to concentrate on the bad throws. We used to have a saying, you get paid to catch the bad ones. And we saw a great example of it here, laying out, going down to get this ball, holding on through contact with the ground, and it's a big-time play.
Second down, they need 7.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Start!
Off the play fake. It's Mayfield. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will take a 21-7 lead.
Saints 7.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Saints offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1.
At the 28-yard line.
They face second down and 7. They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that first down mark, but they're going to mark him just short. So third down coming up. They try to run for it with Harris. Needs to get to the 35. I'm not sure he got there. Defense thinks he is short, and he is. It is fourth down.
And they've really done a nice job.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. Saints going to use their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitting slant there, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. New Orleans' third and final timeout. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate. All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Here's Mitch Wisnowski now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line.
20-yard line.
And they'll let Dodger run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Final 3 weeks of the season are...
And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Safe kick taken at the 5. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Todd Bowles there, the Bucs head coach, as his guys head back out for their next possession. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9.
King. Good. What's up?
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard.
180! What's up?
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Gonna depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short. The punter remains on the sideline. They're gonna line up and go for it on 4th down.
Real.
They'll go. Mayfield. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Wow, out of bounds. Inside the 10. It's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Baker gonna give it to Irvin. A short kick down to the 7.
Quincy Riley on the tackle. A pickup of 2.
Now here's 2nd and goal.
At the Saints 7-yard line.
They go play action with Mayfield. And he will get into the end zone. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown Buccaneers. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Shaheed now to return it. He'll get across the 20, knock him down to the 23-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
Shaheed with the catch. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Yaya Diaby into double figures now. That is sack number 10 on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll throw out of the gun. Throwing right. It's taken in. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. That catch number 80 in this campaign. And it gives his team a 1st down. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. It's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That one knocked away. And it's incomplete. Jamel Dean that time. All over him in coverage. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. He's got his man. That's Olave. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone inside the 20-yard line.
That's another Saints 1st down.
On the give, it's Harris. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
Taken down at the 14-yard line.
2nd and 5.
Brings up second and 5.
Now they'll set up to throw. Now he'll run.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Olave is the motion man. On third down, here's Harris. And I don't know. I'm not sure he got there. I think they're going to mark him short. And now it is fourth down.
It's fourth down.
The key to this play, Mike, was defensively their ability to stretch this ball and make him go laterally. Anytime you could force the ball carrier to go sideways on third and short, it gives your defenders time to rally, make the tackle for no gain, brings up fourth down.
He'll drop to throw. That was Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Yeah, this is not a big surprise here, Mike. You're down big. It's the fourth quarter. You have no choice but to go for it here on fourth down, maintain possession, and they were able to come through.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are able to cut into the deficit. So before he gets out on defense, here is Justin Reed to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 25-yard line.
They'll stick with him again. They'll get him behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. With Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop.
It's a gain of 4.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the gun, it's Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
Yards on the play.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went. Of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 43, here's 2nd and 8.
180! What's up?
Irving now gets it to start the 4th. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 30-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And the 1st down.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Now give on the ground, and that'll be a pickup of 3.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6.
180! What's up?
We'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
180!
They'll stay on the ground. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop them right at the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9.
Set. 180. What's that?
Mayfield to throw. That one is caught by Ibuka. And he's in! Emeka Ibuka. Touchdown, Tampa. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Saints 14. Evan McPherson.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Elijah Cansey getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive. Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. Third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
And that is incomplete.
And you think back earlier, remember, Mike, he threw that pick 6 in a very similar situation. So this time around, much better decision, doesn't take any chances. Smart move to just throw that one away.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Bucs offense ready to take over once more. And a win here would be number 12 on the season. This is going to be a dangerous matchup for anyone this postseason. Back to work now, though. It's 1st and 10. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. From the 46. Here's 2nd and 9. Baker to throw. A throw there on 2nd down. Going to be incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
180.
On 4th down, Mayfield. That's caught. It's Evans. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as this defense can't come up with the play they needed. They surrender a gain of 17 on 4th down. Up the middle they go. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. 2nd and 1 now from the 21.
Up 2nd and a yard.
180. What's up?
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up
Great job here
3rd and
defensively,
1.
Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. He's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
180. What's up?
Handoff here, up the middle. Oh, the elusiveness on display there. Nifty footwork setting up 1st and goal.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down
Brings
at
up
the
2nd
1.
and goal.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And hold on to that football, young man. As a keeper, his first NFL touchdown.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The Saints offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
They'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 47 yards.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to the air one more time. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. You got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
So fire the cannons. It's a win for the Bucs. And it is a